Alpine's Hemp Company. Gummies, seltzers, syrups, and more. Treat yourself to the best.
Welcome into the WHKY News for Thursday, May 8th. I'm Ralph Mangum. Watch the WHKY News on over-the-air TV every weekday on channel 14.2 or online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, it's Hurricane Preparedness Week. Arianna, Mack, and Frank Ballentine with Catawba County Emergency Management have more.
How can we prepare Catawba County and anyone listening for hurricane season?
The main thing is we want all the residents of Catawba County to know that they need to plan for all types of disasters, emergencies, but especially this time of year, we're focusing on hurricane season. Hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th. However, hurricanes can occur in times outside of that. So we have had hurricanes in May and even as late as December. The peak of hurricane season is in September. But now before hurricanes begin, we want people to take time to work on their plans and prepare. We call that preparing during the blue sky days while things aren't going bad. But then when we have those gray sky days, you're ready for them.
What do you have to say when it came to Hurricane Helene?
Hurricane Helene reminded us that being several hundred miles from the coast doesn't protect you from damage from hurricanes. Hurricanes have not only a large area they affect, but the effects are different depending on where we are in North Carolina. So people who are on the East Coast would be more concerned with, say, storm surge, where in Western North Carolina we're more concerned with the heavy rains and flooding that follow hurricanes.
And what resources are available from Catawba County Emergency Management we should know about?
One of the main things is that we want people to stay informed. Following local news and weather are important, but Catawba County provides a community alert system that's additional to those types of alerts you would get from local news. All residents of Catawba County, it's free for them to register for our community alerts.
Visit catawbacountync.gov and navigate to Emergency Management. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. On the same topic now, Rob Eastwood caught up with an area emergency management coordinator to discuss preparations for the storm season.
During this Hurricane Preparedness Week, we've been talking to officials about how citizens in western North Carolina can be ready in the wake of Hurricane Helene last year. I had the chance to catch up with Alexander County Emergency Management Coordinator Daniel Fox. And what is some of that messaging? What would you tell folks as we approach that time of year?
A lot of the biggest things we want to make sure our families are prepared individually where they can take care of themselves for up to 3 days. Make sure they have a plan, make sure they have a go bag, make sure they've got their medication and stuff to sustain themselves for a few days. So if they need to go to a shelter, they have that opportunity and they can provide for themselves. And if they're out of power, they can stay there so that we don't overload a shelter if we don't need to. We can focus on more of our at-needs population. We've been working on a special needs registry, so anyone that's power dependent, we would have that information and we can reach out to them during an event. And then just our reverse 911 system with HyperReach, making sure we sign up for it, get that messaging, following the county's Facebook page, social media pages, just keep that messaging close by and have those alerts are really important.
And thanks to Alexander County Emergency Management Coordinator Daniel Fox, who took time to speak with me about hurricane and storm preparedness. And reporting from Taylorsville, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY News.
More of Rob's conversation with Daniel Fox is on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much to Frank Ballentine and Mr. Fox for taking time to speak with us. Lincoln County detectives are asking for the public's help in finding a man who was reported missing on May 6th. He is Barrett Ashley Baxter, aka Ashley Barrett Baxter. Mr. Baxter was last seen on April 26th at an address on Alf Hoover Road in Lincolnton. He was wearing a t-shirt, jean shorts, and tennis shoes. Mr. Baxter was driving a black 2021 Toyota Tundra Crew Max truck with North Carolina license plate VER 9384. Anyone with information regarding Mr. Baxter's whereabouts should call the Sheriff's Office at 704-732-9050. The Statesville Police Department is investigating an accident that happened Tuesday shortly after 7 p.m. at the intersection of Garner-Bagnall Boulevard and Buffalo Shoals Road. The crash involved a 1985 Honda motorcycle and a 1994 Dodge truck. The Dodge was westbound on Garner-Bagnall Boulevard when the driver attempted to turn left onto Buffalo Shoals Road. While the truck was in the left turn lane, the motorcycle entered the intersection. The Dodge reportedly failed to yield to oncoming traffic. The motorcycle collided with the passenger side of the truck. The operator of the motorcycle was seriously injured. He was ultimately airlifted to Wake Forest Baptist Hospital, where he was last listed in critical condition. Speed and impairment are not believed to be contributing factors. Statesville police are investigating. At about 7:10 p.m. Tuesday, a Statesville police officer was involved in a crash while responding to an emergency call. The accident happened at the intersection of the Turnersburg Highway and Glenway Drive. The officer was northbound on the Turnersburg Highway with blue lights and siren activated. As the officer entered the intersection, a Chevy Silverado westbound on Glenway Drive crossed the Turnersburg Highway toward Sunset Hill Road. The police vehicle hit the truck, causing it to overturn and subsequently strike a Dodge Journey that was stopped at the traffic light. Both the officer and the driver of the Silverado sustained minor injuries and were taken to Iredell Memorial Hospital for evaluation. The driver of the Dodge was not injured. The Highway Patrol is investigating. In the crime report, a woman gets prison time in connection with a fatal crash in April of last year. In local sports recognition for an App State softball player, and in community focus, we'll hear from Keith Smith with the Caldwell Men's Chorus. Scattered thunderstorms today with a high around 80. In the 70s for the next few days with a small chance of rain, and then in the 60s Monday with rain likely. Some chance of rain each day next week with warmer temps arriving around the middle of the week. A current forecast can always be found at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. This is the WHKY News.